Hey everybody, it is Billy at BTUFF, man. Today we have something super fun. We're gonna do an experiment today. We're gonna take out this beautiful Super Nautique G23, a 2016, right? Beautiful boat. And it has an NSS system on it. And we are going to stick one of these on the Swell wake surf gate. We're gonna stick it on the side. You may think, why in the world would you ever do that? But we are gonna do it and see if it changes the wave. We're gonna do that, man. I have no idea. I've been kind of wanting to do this experiment, but today we're gonna find out. Does it change the wave? Does it make it worse? Does it make it better? Does it do anything? We're gonna find out. All right, man, let's go check it out. All right, man, we are out here on the G23 and we are going to put the Swell on, the new style Swell that they have. Has a few different adjustments. We have no idea if this thing's gonna be any worse, if it's even possible. This is a huge boat, man. So they have their own surf system on here. We're gonna turn that off, right? We're just gonna run it neutral and see if this thing can do anything, right? Because there's no wedge on this boat, so there's no way to really drag the boat down lower the way it works. So we will try it. We'll put it on a couple different locations. We'll see if we'll put an honest opinion. Like, you know, we know what the wave is with the NSS system, right? Nautique surf system. And we'll try this and see if it's better, worse, whatever, but we'll try it. So let's get it on. Well, we tried to run this with no NSS system and it just didn't work. It was nothing but whitewash, so I don't want to waste your time on that. These are the settings that we went on our test: NSS settings 1 and NCRS settings 3. Here you can see the location of the gate on the side of the G23, back as far as I can get it and about an inch out of the water. There's not very many places to put it because there's all these shapes on the side of the hull. So this actually worked out good though, and we're gonna get up to speed here and I'll show you what it should look like. If you have it too high, you'll see water splashing over the top. You don't want that. This is what it should look like right here, right? You can tell it looks pretty balanced, right? So for our testing, we have it here. We're gonna go about 11 miles an hour and see what happens. Here's a look at the G23 with the NSS system with no gate on it. This is factory right here. And this wave has a lot of power. Look how thick that wave is in the back. It has a ledge on it that is very steep and it can be tricky for new riders. I'm used to the Malibu, has a little bit smoother face. This can get tricky. When you get to the backside of the wave, coming down off that ramp sometimes can feel like coming down off a waterfall, and you really have to be on the back foot to keep the front nose from curling. So I think that was one thing that I was struggling with and my family was struggling with because, you know, we use the VLX, so getting used to this can be a little tricky. But this is the wave, real thick, and you see that ledge right there. That's a hard ledge, so, and a lot of people like that. Let's take a look at the G23 wave now with the suck gate on it, and you can see that it actually, it's actually taking some of that ledge out. I don't know if you can notice that. And if you look at the backside, it's taken some of that waterfall out. And that made it a little bit more like my VLX. So you lost a little bit of pop, I think, maybe from that ledge, but it extended the wave back a little bit, the riding wave to the back, so you can actually drift back and not have to come down off that waterfall. So you have a little bit more surf area, but you give up a little bit of that ramp on the front side. So yeah, this felt a lot more like my VLX when we put this on there. I was kind of surprised it did this because I really didn't know what it was gonna do. Here's Cole trying out the Swell suck gate on the side of the G23. You can see a flyover from the Sheriff at Pine Flat. It's pretty cool. Actually waved at Cole too. Pretty neat to see. Yeah, that's cool. Cole rides a beach stemboard. No fins. I don't even think there's slots for fins on it. and he threw some grip on the top, and that's what he rides, man. It's a loosey-goose ride, but so if it looks like you can't ride, that ain't the truth. That thing, I don't even know if I could ride that deal. But you can see that the wave, it's pretty smooth going back, and he probably has to work a little bit harder on the back side of the wave to kind of build some speed. But still pretty good, and still has a little bit of a lip here. You can get a little bit of air. Now here's Cole without the suck gate on the side of the boat. Cole's a pretty advanced rider. He likes to hold on to the ropes, likes to try and experiment with jumps and flips and stuff like that. But I think for him, for what he does, where he's trying to get that board out of the water, I think you do want that big lip that a G23 is gonna give you. I don't think he's really concerned much about riding on the backside of the wave as he is trying to get that board out of the water. So for him, I would definitely not think that putting that set gate on the side would be that great of an idea. But you can see, man, he loves riding that wave, man. I think he actually enjoys that lip and doing things off of it. So for him, that NSS System G23 wave is pretty cool. Well, let's take a look at Sunny here, doing some surfing with no gate on there. She was struggling with this because she likes to hit the top of the lip and come down, but it's so fast how it pushes you down the wave that she'd get pushed into the flats. You really got to be on the back foot, and you got to get back into the wave fast. So you can see here, she's going to go up, she's going to do a turn, and it's just going to throw her down real fast into the flats, and she's out of gas. Now Nicole rode earlier without the swell gate on, and it was pretty aggressive. She was having a hard time doing the normal stuff that she would do behind her Malibu. And she actually knocked her head pretty good. The board came back and speared her in the forehead. But she put some ice on it and came back out later in the day with the set gate on it. And I think she said that for her, it helped out a lot. So you can see here, she's able to ride it a little bit. More like her, still a little intimidated actually, I can tell. But at least she can ride it, and it's more like the Malibu. So for people like Nicole and Sunny who maybe aren't pro riders or super advanced, I think it's definitely better with that gate on it, if that makes any sense. Well, this is my buddy John. This is his G23. He does a lot of surfing, outside boating. He lives on the ocean. And you can see he's hanging out on the front of the wave, man, where that lip is. He's not gonna get anything out of that swell being on the side of his boat. In fact, it'd probably take away from what he enjoys doing. And that's what I'm saying, man. That swell gate isn't for everybody, right? But what it does do that I was impressed with is that I think it gives you the option to have a wave that fits a wider range of riders, you know, or what you want to do. You know, some people want a smooth wave that they can kind of flow with, you know, and other people want to rip, like John here, right? So I think there are some advantages of having that. You know, I didn't know what to expect coming in, but like I said, it's a pretty cheap thing to put on your boat that will help people, especially if you're getting new people on your boat or people that want to flow a little bit more. That gate might be, you know, not a bad idea, you know, especially considering the price range. I was able to get on it, and for me, I'm gonna like the gate more just because it feels more like my Malibu. And I do like the push of the G23 though, I will say that. Like, you can go back pretty far and, you know, it'll save you. But I like the feeling of a Malibu wave. That's just more me. I like a smooth face. I like to flow a little bit more. I'm not really trying to get a bunch of airs. But like I said, I just like to be able to flow up and down the wave a little bit more and come down off the ramp without being in a free fall and being on the back foot, if that makes any sense. So overall, I thought it was a good test, and it definitely gives people an option with the G23s or other boats to maybe, you know, don't be afraid to go out and try things like try putting set gates on the side. I know it sounds counterproductive, like why would I put a set gate on the side of this $150,000 boat? Well, you never know, man. You just never know. So you might have something cool or you might have a dud, but you know, it's kind of fun trying it, and it's all part of that thing, man. You know, half the fun of wake surfing is trying to make a cool wave, right? I mean, that's what we all like to do. That's half the fun, man. Dialing in this awesome wave. You can tell your buddies how awesome your wave is. And this is just one more tool that you can do, man. You can do it. You can throw it on there. It takes you about, I don't know, what, 10 seconds to do it, 15 seconds to do it, and you can have a different wave, man. So there you go, man. That's my little test and tune of throwing a gate on the side of a G23. Had a lot of fun doing it. I'd like to thank my buddy John for bringing his boat out so we could try it all out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe and the bell icon. This is Billy at BTUFF.